King Charles must immediately banish Prince Harry for his attack on the government, as a wave of anger rises in response. If Prince Harry continues his baseless assault on our elected officials, it is crucial that King Charles takes decisive action and removes him from the royal family. Welcome back to my channel, Scandal Royal Family. I am here to provide you with the latest updates on Kate Middleton and her family. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. In recent years, Prince Harry has made numerous outrageous and bizarre statements about his family, the monarchy, and the press. However, his recent contentions about the government and the press in his legal case against the Daily Mirror publisher surpass all previous offenses. While I won't delve into the merits of the case, it is essential to address Harry's unprecedented comments about the government. As the fifth in line to the throne, his scathing attack on elected politicians is deplorable and dangerous. Such a royal critique has never been witnessed in the history of our constitutional monarchy. Although his arguments can be easily dismissed as misguided, given his position, they are bound to be taken seriously. Regrettably, some individuals will agree with him. Harry claims, "Our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom. Democracy fails when your press fails to scrutinize and hold the government accountable, and instead chooses to get into bed with them so that they can ensure the status quo." Where do we begin dismantling such nonsensical statements? Harry is wrong on multiple fronts. It seems he has overlooked the constant criticism directed at this government by left-wing papers like The Guardian and Daily Mirror. Ironically, the publisher he is suing, and the BBC. Even center-right newspapers often scrutinize the government harshly. The notion that Rishi Sunak and ministers are not held accountable and scrutinized is preposterous. They undergo constant scrutiny day and night. Where is the evidence of collusion between the government and the press? A year ago, several newspapers played a role in forcing Boris Johnson out of number 10. Even the Daily Telegraph, where Johnson had worked for most of his adult life, turned against him. Clearly, no cozy relationship exists. In fact, one could argue more convincingly than Harry does that the media in this country are sometimes too quick to berate those in power and naturally inclined to oppose them. However, that is the nature of journalism. Prince Harry's argument is ludicrous. One wonders if he truly understands the country he no longer lives in, or if he ever truly knew it. Moreover, his claim that the press and the government work together to ensure the status quo is absurd. What, pray tell, is this status quo that Harry evidently dislikes? Isn't the royal family, of which he remains a member, the epitome of the status quo? Yet here we have the privileged Harry, accusing the press of not holding the supposedly rock-bottom government accountable, while simultaneously attempting to limit the freedom of the press to hold wealthy and influential individuals like himself accountable. It's mind-boggling. Harry can spout whatever self-serving rhetoric he desires. I am not particularly bothered by his ignorant attacks on the press, as the media can defend itself and has faced more formidable opponents than Harry. What I object to is his assault on the government, not because I hold this administration in high regard or admire their competence, but because they are our elected representatives who should be publicly chastised by an unelected, foolish senior member of the royal family. Our constitutional arrangements are delicately balanced, the result of past divisions and compromises. We tolerate, and some of us even revere, an unelected head of state and a royal family with all its trappings under the understanding that they remain separate from politics. This arrangement has worked reasonably well for the past 200 years due to the understanding and respect previous monarchs had for their limited powers and the authority of elected politicians to govern, albeit with the benefit of royal advice. The late Queen Elizabeth II, in particular, grasped the importance of preserving this valuable relationship between the Crown and Parliament. Harry's coarse political invective would have undoubtedly saddened her. He resembles an unguided missile, randomly targeting enemies, creating smoke, making noise, before ultimately crashing and then mysteriously re-emerging to find new targets. In short, he is potentially destructive. If he describes the current government as rock bottom today, he will likely find other disparaging adjectives to defy our constitutional traditions next month or next year. Perhaps, he will even be tempted to align himself with Sir Keir Starmer, an equally ill-advised move. Alternatively, he may once again direct his rage at the royal institution that raised him and bestowed upon him the significance he holds in this world. His father, the king, has not been immune to his criticisms in the past, and it is unlikely that he will be spared in the future. Harry is a divisive figure who stirs up conflict, whether it's related to the press, the royal family, racism, or now, his latest target, the Tory government. We can safely assume that this turbulent character will never learn to behave. With him residing 6,000 miles away in California and Meghan by his side, their future income depends on fomenting controversy. Harry poses the #1 problem for the king. It is not merely a family issue, although that is part of it. Harry is primarily dangerous because he is a constitutional liability. The king loves his wayward younger son, despite the lack of respect Harry has shown him. I am sure he hopes Harry will eventually return to the fold. However, we must consider the damage he could cause before that hypothetical day arrives. Furthermore, he might never return. If they were still close and maintained communication, there might be a chance to persuade Harry to cease his provocations. However, given his estrangement from his father, the rift widens with each inept public intervention. There is only one solution. Although it may be difficult for the king as a father, it should be relatively straightforward as a monarch and head of state. Prince Harry must be informed that if he wishes to remain a member of the royal family, he must adhere to the expected behavior of royal family members. If he refuses to accept this ultimatum, and I doubt he would, Prince Harry must become a private citizen. In this role, his superficial declarations will go unnoticed, causing no further harm to the country he once served. Thank you once again for watching the entire video. I hope you found it engaging. Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. I am Scandal Royal Family, and I'll see you in the next video.